Hello, hello, hello. My name is Chantel Delaney. I'm a certified herbal practitioner and the product educator here at M Squared. And in today's video, the topic is winter skincare. So I am a big fan of adjusting your skincare for the seasons, and winter is definitely the most impactful time to do this. Even if you are a habitual product user, like you have one brand or one product that you love and you use over and over and over again, I invite you to think outside the box. Plus, odds are your favorite brand has a product similar to your fave that might be more suitable for winter weather. So that said, if you are truly loyal, you could always add some oils to your favorite cream or cleansers, and that can make a big difference too. And I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment. So I always like to come back to this topic of seasonal skincare every winter, because if you don't already cycle your skincare regimen for the seasons, it is high time to start. The change in weather is stressful on your skin. The cold, dry weather really sucks a lot of moisture right out of your skin, and dehydrated skin ages faster, damages easier, and looks more aged. Our activity levels and our diets really change with the season as well, and all of this kind of cumulatively has an effect on your skin's health and your skin's appearance. And the good news is that it's really, really easy to support your skin by cycling your care regimen to match the seasons and make sure you're giving your skin enough support to transition through those seasons well, to maintain hydration and to protect it from damage. So there's two of my favorite keywords there. So two simple focus points for winter skincare is hydration and protection. So starting with hydration, people tend to only think about hydration for dry or mature skin types, but it really is crucial for all skin types in the colder months, and it requires both attention to internal and external hydration. So of course, it's obvious, but drinking plenty of water, eating healthy fat, and getting electrolytes is really the foundation for keeping your skin hydrated from the inside out. I really recommend using a high quality omega-3 supplement for so many reasons, but especially when we're talking about skincare, that's something that is going to really, if people are complimenting you on your skin, it's probably because you're getting enough fats. The one that I really like for skincare specifically is Aqua Omega's plant-based omega-3. It comes in oil or a soft gel. I'm digging this plant-based one because it contains a really high potency of cranberry seed oil, which is really rich in tocopherols and tocotrienols. Those are basically super potent vitamin E's that protect tissues from free radical damage and that promote healing and reduce inflammation from the inside out. So if you are in the market for a good omega-3 supplement that's going to improve your complexion, improve your skin, that one is my top pick. So on the external side of things, there are some key things that I recommend seeking out for cold weather skincare. So I like to take a two-pronged approach, so deep skin hydration and surface protection. So the latter I'll delve into in just a minute. But deep skin hydration is addressing the dermis, which is the layer of skin below the epidermis. The epidermis is our outermost layer of skin. The dermis is the layer below that. So to address that dermis layer, serums are the best products for that. They are designed specifically to penetrate deeper into that layer of skin. They're typically made with lighter oils like marula or jojoba. They usually have botanical extracts or floral waters or hyaluronic or alpha hydroxy or glycolic acids. All of these things are very kind of small molecules that have the ability to sink in deeper and affect that inner layer of the skin. This is why serums should always be applied before creams. Creams are made with denser oils with a higher lipid content that cannot penetrate as deeply but have other benefits for hydration that I'll come to in a minute. So your skin is always regenerating. It is always cycling. Dead skin cells are sloughing off of the surface constantly while new ones are being created deep within the skin layers. If you think of it kind of like an onion, I know that's a weird a weird analogy, but as your skin grows and sloughs off, those innermost layers of the dermis work their way to the surface. So there's lots of layers to the skin, and they're constantly kind of working their way out. That's why inner hydration is so important. That inner layer will eventually be the outer layer. This is also why I always tell people to stick with a facial care protocol for at least a month, preferably 2, before judging its effects on your skin. If you constantly feed that dermis layer with lots of good skin nutrients and keep it nice and hydrated and healthy, your skin will continue to improve over time. So using a facial care product for a week, especially if it's something like a serum, just isn't enough time to judge how impactful it can be for your skin. So in a serum for the winter months, I like to look for something that has hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, winning combination. My favorite one for that is Derma-Ease Vitamin C Concentrated Serum. This is their #1 top selling product among the whole line, which is probably hundreds of products now. So that's really saying something for how people feel about this serum. So the hyaluronic acid that's in this serum, it works to bind to water. It pulls it deeper into that dermis layer of the skin, and it helps to pull that vitamin C into that layer of the skin as well. Vitamin C encourages healthy collagen production for smoother, stronger skin, and it tends to have a bit of a cumulative effect, so it works better the longer that you use it. Vitamin C also has a brightening effect, which is helpful in these winter months when lighter skin tones get paler and darker skin tones can get duller. So vitamin C can really have a positive effect on the brightness and the healthy kind of glow of your skin in the wintertime. Vitamin C is really what's responsible for giving you a nice healthy glow, and as I mentioned, it continues to improve the skin the longer it's used because it works on such a deep level. I also really like Derma-Ease Hydrating Dewy Skin Serum. So this one packs a bit of a bigger hit of hyaluronic acid, and it's paired with squalene from olive oil for that extra bit of hydration, and green tea extract with for some extra like free radical protection. So that green tea extract also works to protect your skin from the outside elements. So it's a really nice one, and definitely a good one if you are a dry skin type all the time. Facial oils are also a great way to get better hydration in wintertime. They tend to give your skin a bit more protection. So if you're prone to dry skin or flaky skin, oils can give you that little bit of extra prevention. Also, when you use oils regularly, just the composition of them, they tend to help slough off dead skin cells and keep your skin looking smooth and your complexion looking bright. If you are into minimalism when it comes to facial oils, check out the beauty oils from Divine Essence. I've got a couple of them right beside me here. This is what they look like in that iconic blue glass bottle. So these are pure cold pressed botanical oils. They're unscented, they're not mixed with anything at all. It's just a pure cold press oil. If you're a person with oily or combination skin, I recommend using one of the lighter ones like jojoba, rosehip, or argan oil. They're closer to our skin's natural oils, like to the lipid level of our skin's natural oils. And if you're more prone to drier skin, I would look at something a little richer like a hemp oil, a baobab, or a sweet almond oil. These oils are still very light, but they're just a hint richer than those first ones. So they're a little better suited to people with drier skin. And personally, for myself, I love an oil blend. I kind of want to have a little bit of everything. I also like a little bit of fragrance, so I tend to go with a blend because I like the kind of full product. So lately, the one that I've been digging is the Smith Farms Youth Renewing Facial Oil. I know it's hard to see because it's a white label. This is a blend of rosehip, olive, marula, rice bran, and argan oil. So a nice mix of richer and lighter oils. It's got a hint of bergamot essential oil that makes it smell like Earl Grey tea, and I really like that. The oil blend is just right for my skin type, which is combination. I tend to be kind of prone to congestion in my T-zone, so I'm pretty careful with oils that can really make that worse. And this one doesn't, and it has a little bit of a dry oil finish on my skin, which I really like. As I mentioned earlier, oils can also be mixed into creams and lotions to give them some extra oomph. So if you don't want to use straight oil on your skin, you don't have to. You could simply add a drop or two to the face cream that you're about to apply. So if you're putting your face cream in the palm of your hand and you just put 1-2 drops, mix it all together in your palm before applying it. For dry skin types, I would do this morning and night, and for everyone else, I would just do it at night. Any of the above mentioned oils would be great for this, but argan and marula tend to be the most popular. They're fairly cost effective, which is nice, and they tend to mix in really nice with any creams. The marula oil that I would pick is the one by Acure. It comes in a little glass bottle with a pump, which I love because that helps to prolong the shelf life of that oil and prevent it from oxidizing. That's something that all oils are really prone to. So if they're exposed to oxygen, they tend to go rancid a little bit faster. So looking for something that is in a pump, especially if it's a more delicate oil like marula, I think the product is just going to be better. So if you are concerned about UV damage or skin discoloration, I would add rosehip oil to my cream. So that's Divine Essence makes a really nice one here. That's with this pink label here. So this one is particularly good for treating and preventing sun damage. So if you're a person who has brown spots or you know, wrinkles from sun damage or whatever, rosehip oil added to your cream or used straight would be a great one for you, especially in the winter time. So speaking of prevention, let's talk about protection for winter skin. So I'm going to spare you my sunscreen rant for another minute or two, because by protection, I mean more focusing on hydrating the surface of the skin. So we already talked about that dermis, that inner layer. Now we're talking about the epidermis, the outer layer. So surface protection is products that are containing ingredients, botanical ingredients that are higher in fats and oils that hydrate from the outside in and offer a layer of protection from the outside elements. So this is things like cocoa butter, shea butter, coconut oil, avocado oil, calendula oil, those kind of like thicker, denser oils. One of my go-to products for this is Welita's Iris Hydrating Day Cream. It is a classic. So this one has jojoba oil, it's got shea butter and cocoa butter with just a little bit of beeswax, which offers another level of protection for the skin and helps your skin to maintain moisture all throughout the day. I love that little hint of wax in the winter time because it just adds that extra little bit of protection from the cold weather and from the elements. So that one, the Iris Hydrating Cream, comes in a day lotion, which is the lightest, a day cream, which is slightly richer, and then a night cream, which is the richest. So for me, I like to use the lotion in summer and the day cream in the winter. Speaking of Welita, their skin food is a 100% absolute must-have skincare item all year, but especially in the wintertime. It is the best remedy for dry, cracked skin. It can be used on every part of the body. It has a thick balm-like consistency that protects the skin from the elements while promoting healing and hydration. That one's got a higher wax content in it. It's made to be that way, to have that kind of that balm sitting on the surface of your skin protection kind of feeling. If you don't like that, if you prefer a lighter texture that really penetrates the skin a lot more, you could try their Skin Food Light, which is actually all the same ingredients as Skin Food Original, but different ratios of fats and waxes, so it gives it more of that lotion-like texture rather than the balm-like texture of the original. They also have a whole line of Skin Food facial care products now that are so good for winter. They are very rich and very hydrating. They contain all the magic of original Skin Food, plus some more facial care specific ingredients like squalene and macadamia nut oil. There's also a Skin Food lip butter, which is great to have on your person all year, but especially in the winter time. But if you prefer a waxier lip balm, the Everon lip balm is my fave, and it is a cult classic. It comes in kind of a peach tube. I love this one in the winter because it gives you a little bit of a thicker layer. It's not a visible layer, but it just feels a little thicker on the skin. So, and it tends to stay on a little longer. It's great for preventing cracked, dry lips in winter, and it feels really silky. I leave one in my ski jacket because that's when I love to use it the most. And of course, we can't talk about skin protection without talking about sunscreen. So here we go, especially for those of us that are living in snowy places. Sunscreen in the winter is really important to protect ourselves from UV damage. It doesn't take a sunburn to get sun damage. The UV rays damage our skin in winter too, and can even be more damaging than summer sunshine if your skin is dehydrated or irritated. So personally, I've been loving the Derma Ease Vitamin C Weightless Moisturizer. It's an SPF 45, so it's a little bit higher. When I first tried it, I thought it might be too thick for my liking, but once I smoothed it over my skin, I was actually really surprised at how nicely it spread and how it felt on my skin after. So don't let that first impression fool you. It's not nearly as thick as it feels when it comes out of the pump. It's not oily or pasty like some other mineral sunscreens I've used. It's got a really nice finish, and then it's got that nice hit of vitamin C and hyaluronic acid as well. It was designed for daily year-round use. I like this one for all skin types, and I especially like this one in the wintertime because that vitamin C gives you that brightening effect that can kind of counteract any dullness that we might be having because of the winter weather. And then another facial sunscreen, the last product I'm going to talk about that I love, is by All Good. So this one is, their facial sunscreen is an SPF 30. It's also got a really nice finish without any oiliness or pastiness. It has a little bit of a drier finish than the Derma E one, so I recommend this one more for oily or combination skin types. That's just my opinion. I like to use both of these. I just kind of, whichever one I grab first, I will use that day. And they are both my favorite facial sunscreens and by far the best ones that I have found to date. Okay, that is it for now. That is winter skincare. Let us know what you like to use in the winter. If you have some tips for keeping your skin hydrated and bright and glowy and dewy through the winter months, I want to know about it. Thanks for tuning in.